President Obama is culturally about as far away from Iraq as you can get tonight. He's vacationing on Martha's Vineyard, where a conflict he thought was behind him has sort of come along for the ride. Senior White House Foreign Affairs correspondent Wendell Goler is on Martha's Vineyard with the president tonight.
Once again, a crisis has found President Obama on his summer vacation.
There is no American military solution to the larger crisis in Iraq. The only lasting solution is for Iraqis to come together and form an inclusive government.
His critics are once again accusing Mr. Obama of not being sufficiently or aggressively engaged. Some Republicans wanted to take the fight against ISIS from Iraq into Syria, where the group was formed, they say, because of weak U.S. support for the rebels fighting Bashar al-Assad.
He's trying to avoid a bad news story on his watch. This is not a replacement for a strategy to deal with an existential threat to the homeland.
Even former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says the failure to build a credible fighting force against Assad left a vacuum which ISIS filled. And she had her own take on the president's reluctance to support Syrian rebels as much as she would have liked, telling The Atlantic, quote, "Great nations need organizing principles, and don't do stupid stuff is not an organizing principle." And yet, other Democrats are warning him not to go too far.
We have a very limited mission that the president has authorized to deal with the humanitarian crisis, to avoid a genocide, and I support that mission.
Mr. Obama's national security advisors are here, and aides say they're keeping him updated. Even before he left Washington, the president made clear he won't use the U.S. military to prop up Nouri al-Maliki's government.
It would be, I think, a big mistake for us to think that we can, on the cheap, simply go in, tamp everything down again, restart, without some fundamental shift in attitudes among the various Iraqi factions.
He says without the U.S. intervention, Libya would be where Syria is now, though even in Libya, where rival militias are still fighting and there's no central governmental control, Mr. Obama told New York Times columnist Tom Friedman not enough attention was paid to whether there would be a stable government once the shooting stopped.
So that's a lesson that I now apply every time I ask the question, should we intervene militarily? Do we have an answer the day after?
Russian President Vladimir Putin has opposed every U.S. intervention since the Arab Spring, saying all have brought instability. But Putin's found his own actions after the upheaval in Ukraine didn't bring stability either.